Oh, this is it.
Yeah, this is the money one. Because we were talking about money and passion, and something that I came to a conclusion for myself and just kind of realized, and it's obvious once you think about it, like anybody at the top of any industry gets paid well, like they live well. So if you do something that you're passionate about and that you're actually going to like do the extra work for, and that you're actually going to work hard towards and give yourself a shot to be great at it, like you're going to do fine financially. Like anything. I mean, even like the top barbers in the world probably making millions of dollars.
Right.
They're probably cutting hair for celebrities or royal people or just high class people around the whole world, wherever that is, whatever city that is. And I always think about like training. Like training is something I've thought about doing. Like trainers oftentimes don't make a ton of money, but I bet like the number one trainers in New York or LA or Chicago or even Minneapolis, I bet they make really good money. Like, so whatever it is, if you have passion for it, then you give yourself a shot to be like really good at it. So if you have like passion for starting apparel, like you're having success, like you could be one of the biggest apparel companies in the world. So don't worry about like the money, kind of like what you're saying. I know that's kind of off topic now, but that's what I was trying to say
No,
before.
no, I think that's this ties the subject well together so well. So, like you said, like even barbers, right? When you have that passion for it. So when we first started Ghost Fit, our first ever shirts, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, my brother used to cut my hair. I used to watch, barber videos. There's this guy named Chris Basio who I started watching when I was in eighth grade,
Mm-hmm.
and he was a barber, right? And I just loved watching like the transformations. I don't know if you've seen any of them on,
Mm-mm.
YouTube. So like, they'll have this guy who grew his hair out for, entire year. Then barbers will come in and clean it up and it looks,
Mm-hmm.
10 times better. Anyways, this guy, Chris Basio, my brother used to always watch him because that's how he was kind of learning how to cut hair. And then, I started watching him as well. And anyways, I really started watching him, 10th, 11th, 12th grade, because I knew that, I was starting to get into that, realm as well. And anyways, he kind of blew up on YouTube. I think he has like, 400,000 followers now on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically what he started to do is he was just an average barber at first, recording his stuff. Then he kind of started blowing up. So then he started doing like tours. So he would go around the US. I think he went internationally as well, and he would rent out barbershops, and then people would pay to like come in and watch him cut hair, and that he would kind of like it'd kind of be like a class, right? So he
Mm-hmm.
would walk them through exactly what he's doing. And anyways, he came to St. Paul. This was my junior year, and I reached out to him, and so about 2 years before this, let me say, when I first started Ghost Fit, I sent him out some shirts, and I put it like a handwritten letter, in it, saying like, hey, my name's Josh, kind of describing like who I was, what Ghost Fit was. Like I said, we were like a month old at this point.
Yeah.
He ended up like responding to it, started talking to him a little bit on Instagram. And then fast forward 2 years, he comes to St. Paul for one of his classes. And, I got to meet him for like a half hour before the class. And we're just, talking this and that, right? He's telling me about, everything that, they're doing now. Fast forward to now, so he, like I said, he was just this average barber, and he started Tomb 45, which is his barber brand. And they started with a shave gel. And basically, for those that don't know, like when you use a straight blade on someone, you put shave gel on their face so that their follicles become, not as dense,
Mm-hmm.
so it doesn't irritate the skin at all.
Mm-hmm.
And so he made this concoction in his kitchen, using his wife's utensils, right? Mixing it together, aloe, like whatever else he was using. And he just started pushing them. So he started on Amazon, then he was selling pallets to other places. Anyways, that became like $1 million business for him, just that alone. And then he started adding other products to his product line. And luckily, fortunate enough for us, last year we actually did a collaboration with him. So we did a bunch of like clothing, Ghost Fit X 245. But anyways, you talk about an average barber, someone that's there's nothing intrinsically gifting about like what he did, but he was just so passionate about the industry, right? And he saw flaws in the industry. and he wanted to fix those flaws, right? So it wasn't about making $1 million or 2 million or 5 million. It was seeing that there was something wrong with the industry and him going in and fixing it. And, so you talk about like that passion and what it can lead to. I'm sure that he had no idea that, his plan would lead to where he's at right now. But, he knew that there was something that he could change, and man, like he's taken off now. It's really cool to see him do that.
Yeah. I mean, that's perfect. Yeah. You don't think I'm going to be a barber and that's going to lead me to probably million or multi-million-dollar business.
Right.
At least
right.
I wouldn't at first, but
Well,
it could really happen with anything, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the crazy thing too is that our stories are very similar. He was a college basketball player, and I think that he ended up quitting after his freshman year, and he started YouTube. So like, there's just you see these opportunities that go wayside because of whether you get injured or you quit or whatever it may be, and you think like that's the one plan that was going to get me to where I wanted to go, and then it opens opportunities for other opportunities to take place. And sometimes those secondary opportunities are better than the first. I'm not saying quit all the shit that you're doing right now, but if that happens, I think the biggest thing is those people that take advantage of those secondary opportunities are ones that just aren't gonna give up, right? And I think that's the punchline with it all. Like, just because shit doesn't go your way, just continue to move, and eventually something's gonna happen from that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like The Rock.
What's up, guys? Thank you for watching that video that you just watched. If you liked any video that I have put out, or again, the one you just watched, please subscribe to my channel, as I have a new episode coming out every single week with new clips coming out every single week as well. And I'm not stopping. So if you enjoy this, or enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed what you just listened to, or anything else that you have watched from my channel in the past, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe. All right. Thanks, guys.